special guests now seated on the stand. So firstly, just a reminder, we'd like to thank the Japan Matsuri of Sydney for organising today's event. We'd also like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, or Gaimusho, for supporting the event. And we also thank very much the Willoughby City Council for also that have supported this event for many, many years. So let me first introduce our special guests, and if I could ask our guests if they could be so kind as to either raise your hand or stand when I call your name so that everyone can recognize you. And if I could ask the audiences after each name, if you could please put your hands together and welcome them, because they've been inspirational and necessary on putting on today's event. So the first name is His Excellency Shingo Yamagami, Ambassador of Japan to the Commonwealth of Australia. Then we have Miss Gail Giles Gidney, Mayor of Willoughby City City Council. Then we have Mr. Masahiko Kia, Consul General of Japan here in Sydney. Then we have Mr. Shinichi Kobayashi, President of Japan Society of Sydney. Then we have Mr. Hiroshi Shirai, President of Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And then Miss Hisai Costello, President, Japan Club of Sydney. So first we're going to hear from Ambassador Yamagami. Following Ambassador Yamagami, I will then hear some few words by the Mayor, and then following that I will come on stage to then teach you how we're going to get them wet. So, Your Excellency.
皆さんこんにちは。Well, very good afternoon. The Mayor of Willoughby City Council, Miss Gail James Gidney, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am very excited to be here today, and so many people, here. Gathering, to my great joy, and listening to the sound of taiko, Japanese drums. Now I can say, long days of lockdown are behind us, and we could beat the pandemic. It had nearly been 1 year since I came to Australia as Ambassador of Japan. And this is my trip number 8 to Sydney, and my trip number 2 to Chatsworth. But this is my first time to see so many people just in front of me. And the first Japanaroo was planned for August this year, as you may know, but due to COVID-19, it was held as an online event. When I found that Japanaroo is coming back bigger and better than before as Japanaroo Plus, I was very excited and keen to attend in person. Some people may wonder, why Japanaroo, or what's that? At first I thought, a bit strange, but, listening to the meaning of it, Japan plus kangaroo, Japan kangaroo, Japanaroo, Japanaroo, it finally grew on me. I am told Japanaroo is one of the biggest Japanese-related events in the southern hemisphere, not only in Australia, but in the southern hemisphere, because it has nearly 50 different events happening across Sydney. The program is what you may call chock-a-block, with so many interesting events hosted by Japanese performers, artists, chefs, and variety of specialties. Of course, this Matsuri Japan Festival in Chatsworth is one of the biggest events as a Japanaroo program. Many of the artists are actually locals because there are many Japanese living here in Sydney. Did you know that Australia has the third largest Japanese community in the world outside of Japan, only after the United States and China? And we are overtaking Japanese community in China in a few years' time. So congratulations to you, Australia. No wonder you can find so many talented people represented at Matsuri Japan Festival. I can see many kids here today, and I have to thank them because they have brought their parents together. So, ありがとう、皆さん。Well, you may not realize this, but Japan is everywhere at your doorstep. TVs, refrigerators, microwaves, cars, and lots of other electronics. But most importantly, your favorite game consoles, Sony game station, and Nintendo Switch were also Japanese. Famous Japanese retailers such as Daiso, Uniqlo, Muji also have a big presence in Australia. They are hugely popular of producing quality products. Every time I visit Sydney, I spend too long thinking about which ramen shop I should go. And yesterday, as soon as we arrived at Sydney from Canberra, my wife, my colleague, and I rushed to this ramen shop on John Street. So yes, Sydney has a lot to offer, and by looking at the variety of Japanese restaurants here in Sydney, I can see Aussies also love Japanese food. And this makes me very proud to be ambassador of Japan to Australia. After enjoying today all that's on offer, anything related to Japan at Matsuri, I hope you will hop onto All Nippon Airways or Japan Airlines flight to Japan. This time, not Qantas perhaps, because as soon as you enter into the cabins of those Japanese airlines, you will start to experience something really Japan and Japanese hospitality. So, in conclusion, I sincerely thank Japan Club of Sydney for putting together such a wonderful event. So everybody, please enjoy the Matsuri Japan Festival. Thank you for gathering today.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Next, we welcome the Mayor.
Welcome to the city of Willoughby. We are absolutely thrilled to have this Matsuri Festival on for the 6th time here in Chatswood. Your Excellency, the Ambassador and your beautiful wife, thank you very much for joining us, making the journey from Canberra. Consul General, lovely to see you again. I know you're a regular visitor here. Always have been so hospitable. The representatives from our Japanese organisations doing so much to foster relationships. We are absolutely thrilled you have been able to join us today, and Japan Club of Sydney, thank you for the organisation. We have a rich and vibrant Japanese community right here in Chatswood and in the city of Willoughby. We are indeed a city of diversity and a city of harmony. In our Japanese community, we have preschools here, we have such a fond affection for our Japanese people, and of course the Ambassador mentioned the wonderful food that we get to share, and we've got many different opportunities for eating Japanese food around here in the city of Willoughby. So I thank you for putting on this festival. It is very hot, so I'm going to keep these comments very short. But welcome to you all, and please enjoy all the best that this festival has to offer, and thank you for hosting it in Chatswood. Arigato.
Okay, now we get to the point where we're going to try and make them wet. So I'm going to move out of the way so I don't get wet. Alright, so you see here in the middle, so what we're now going to do is ask our special guest to do a kagami biraki, or cracking of a barrel of sake. So this is traditionally done at the beginning of a celebration or a ceremony to bring in good luck. So we're going to get our guests, and we'd like you to please stand with your mallets. So they're going to have a mallet. They're going to circle the sake barrel, And then on my count, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're then going to break the sake barrel with your mallet. So this is just practice, okay? So we're not going to do it now, but if you'd all get ready. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay? Everyone's good with that? You can count with me. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, boom. Hey! How wet did they get? So that concludes the opening ceremony. And again, thank you very much to all of our VIPs. You know that you're very, very busy, and to taking your time out to be with us today, we very much appreciate it. We very much appreciate all the work that you do in supporting such things as the Matsuri and all of the local activities. So again, thank you very much. And so that will conclude now the opening ceremony, as well as the first session of performances here on stage. We'll now go into a break till 1:45. So it's 1:20 now, so we're going to go on for a little bit of a break. So obviously during the break you can obviously stick around.